Hello, Golden State Warriors fans. We are back once again bringing you the hottest updates directly from the court. And let me tell you, the excitement is real. The Warriors are leading the series against the Rockets with 2 victories to 1, and now the chance to extend this lead to 3-1 is right at our doorstep. Securing that advantage would be a massive step forward. Of course, even if the series returns to Houston tied at 2-2, it would not be the end of the world. We have faced similar challenges before, in tough best-of-3 battles, and came out victorious even against teams that had major stars on their rosters. The important thing now is to focus on repeating that history. The team's confidence is high, the energy is there, and very soon we should get some important updates on key players. Speaking of which, an exciting milestone has just been reached. One of our players has now joined an exclusive club, standing side by side with 6 of the NBA's all-time legends. What does that record mean, you ask? We are here to break it all down for you. Before Game 3, we had already talked about how crucial it was for certain players to control the ball, create plays, and even make moves off the ball. What happened during that last quarter gave us even more proof of why these strategies matter. One player in particular stepped up big time, not just with his shots and passes, but with the connection he built with another key teammate. Thanks to this chemistry, the Warriors were able to pull away in a game that had been neck and neck for so long. If you missed the game recap, make sure to check it out because it does a brilliant job summarizing the intensity and twists of that match. But today the spotlight falls on another big issue, the situation of a key player who has been battling an injury. A picture posted on social media set off a wave of reactions, showing a strong bond between 2 players that could be crucial moving forward. There's hope that this injured player might return for the next game, which could be a game changer. However, there are legitimate concerns. With a lower back injury, mobility becomes a major question mark. Before Game 3, reports indicated he was still dealing with stiffness and limited movement. Back injuries, as many know, often involve muscle tension and restriction in motion. The good news is that with proper recovery, mobility usually comes back. We also heard that he participated in a light practice before Game 3, but the medical team suggested he wait a couple more days to ensure a proper recovery. That points to a possible return by Monday, and having him back could make a massive difference in pushing the series to 3-1. Meanwhile, the Warriors' lineup adjustments have been noticeable. The starting group has injected more speed and athleticism into the game. Another player, while not spectacular, performed solidly and contributed well within the team dynamics. It is expected that, if the recovering player is ready, he will reclaim his starting spot. If not, he will likely still push to get some minutes. But the big unknown remains. How many minutes can he handle, and at what level will he perform? His willingness to play with intensity is unquestioned. Alongside this, we have another standout player who has been consistent throughout these playoffs, now joining a legendary group of NBA icons who reached major career milestones. Reaching such milestones not only highlights his skill, but also his longevity and resilience over countless playoff runs. Think about it. Playing 60 playoff games is not something that happens by accident. This achievement reflects years of hard work, discipline, and the ability to stay relevant through so many tough series. Let us dive into the math here. Before the play-in tournament existed, securing a playoff berth meant you were guaranteed a best-of-7 series. So doing some quick calculations, 7 games times 7 series equals 49 games. 7 times 8 is 56. 7 times 9, 63. That tells us that for a player to hit 60 playoff games, he had to go through at least 9 intense series. Possibly more, considering many series do not even make it to a Game 7. You could have sweeps 4-1 wins or tough 4-3 battles. Whatever the path, it underlines just how impressive and demanding such a journey is. And now, picture this. Even with all this pressure, the player is still dropping 30 points per game, night after night, against the best defenders in the league. It is just mind-blowing. Defenses are doubling him, throwing everything they have, and still he finds a way to shine. This speaks volumes about his physical conditioning, his dedication to training, and his pure determination. There is no doubt he belongs among the top 10 players in NBA history. He is, without any hesitation, the greatest shooter we have ever seen. And if he manages to add one more Finals MVP and a 5th championship ring to his resume, in my view, he would be knocking on the door of the top 5 players of all time. Now, shifting gears a little, let us talk about another player who stepped up massively during Game 3 when the main star was off the court. This guy deserves a deep dive into his impact. He showed incredible awareness, particularly in pick-and-roll situations, something we emphasized before Game 2 but had not seen executed until now. With the main player being pressured immediately after crossing half court, the adjustment was simple. Give him the ball earlier and let him orchestrate. If the defense doubles, he passes out of it. If they do not, he attacks. What we saw was beautiful basketball. The main player up top, screen set by a teammate, defender trailing behind, and then driving toward the basket. Suddenly, 3 defenders collapse on him. Wait, make that 4. Every eye on the floor focused on him. He had multiple options. Dish it to the corner shooter, attempt a contested layup, or find another cutter. In that moment, he chose the attack, going up strong without drawing a foul and finishing cleanly at the rim. That single move flipped the scoreboard, taking the Warriors from 1 point down to 1 point ahead with about 5.5 minutes left on the clock. And they did not stop there. Next possession, another pick and roll, another drive. This time, the player with the ball had even more options. 3, maybe 4 defenders converging again. He could force a risky pass, hit a teammate for an open shot, or take it himself. He chose to be aggressive, utilizing the rim for protection and scooping the ball in for another layup. Boom! From trailing by 1 to leading by 3 in a blink. The crowd was electric, feeding off every play. Momentum was swinging and you could feel it. The next sequence was even better. The star once again had the ball at the top. The setup was clear, spacing around the perimeter, teammates positioned perfectly. He made a quick, sharp rotation, spinning almost 180 degrees and found a wide open shooter in the corner. The defense was caught scrambling, too slow to recover. Splash! Another 3 points. Just like that, the lid stretched to 490 to 86. These kinds of plays, crafted in pressure situations, make the difference between winning and losing in the playoffs. And it did not stop there. After an opponent's foul, the Warriors capitalized again. Fastball movement, players reading each other perfectly, a screen set not to free the shooter, but to bait the defense into overcommitting. The defense doubled. The wrong guy, leaving an entire lane open. Result? A monster dunk, uncontested. The energy in the building was off the charts. At that point, the Warriors had rattled off 8 straight points, building a 6-point cushion with just 30 seconds remaining. And the brilliance continued. The players stayed alert, executed perfect passes, avoided turnovers, and clinched the game with a final dagger, a behind-the-head shot that sealed the deal. It was a masterclass in clutch time execution, a beautiful example of team basketball and individual brilliance working hand in hand. The future looks promising if the Warriors continue playing with this kind of intelligence and energy. With players stepping up in critical moments and a possible return of their injured star, the possibilities are endless. So stay tuned for the latest updates because this series is far from over and the best may still be yet to come. What really stood out during those final moments was the Warriors' ability to stay calm under immense pressure. Every possession mattered, and yet the players managed to execute their plays with such precision that it almost felt like they had done this 1,000 times before. That kind of composure is not built overnight. It is the result of years of playoff experience, intense practice, and a deep trust in each other. You could see it in their body language. There was no panic, no rush, just calculated moves designed to break down the defense bit by bit. On offense, the adjustments were noticeable. Instead of forcing plays or relying solely on isolation, the Warriors leaned heavily on their ball movement. The constant cutting, screening, and relocating off the ball kept the Rockets' defense guessing and scrambling. Every time a defender hesitated for even a split second, the Warriors punished them, either with a quick drive to the basket or a kick out for an open three-pointer. It was vintage Warriors basketball, the kind of style that made them one of the most feared teams in the league for years. Defensively, they were just as sharp. The help rotations were on point. The closeouts were aggressive but controlled, and they did an excellent job of contesting shots without fouling. Perhaps most importantly, they were communicating loudly and clearly, making sure everyone knew their assignments. Against a team like the Rockets, who can light it up from deep if given space, staying locked in defensively is critical. And that is exactly what they did, forcing tough shots and controlling the boards when it mattered most. Another key factor was the chemistry between the players. It is one thing to have talent. It is another to have players who know exactly where their teammates will be without even looking. That instinctive connection led to several crucial plays down the stretch, including a perfectly timed backdoor cut that resulted in an easy layup and a sequence where 3 quick passes broke down the defense entirely, leading to a wide open corner 3. That kind of synergy is built over seasons, and in moments like these, it becomes their greatest weapon. The player returning from injury could play an even bigger role if he manages to get back on the floor. Even if he is not at 100%, his presence alone changes the dynamic. Opposing defenses have to account for his shooting, his cutting, and his ability to stretch the floor. It opens up driving lanes for others, forces defenders to stay honest, and creates more space for the primary scorers to operate. And if he can give the team even 15 solid minutes, it could be the difference between stealing a crucial win or letting the series slip back to even. Of course, much will depend on how his back responds. Lower back injuries are tricky. Some days feel great, and others feel stiff and sore for no apparent reason. The medical staff is being cautious, and rightly so. Rushing him back too soon could risk aggravating the injury and potentially sidelining him for the rest of the playoffs. But if he can move freely, shoot comfortably, and defend without pain, the Warriors will be getting a major boost at exactly the right time. Looking ahead to the next game, the Warriors will need to maintain the same defensive intensity. The Rockets are not going to roll over. They are a proud team, and with the series still up for grabs, you can expect them to come out swinging. The Warriors must be ready to absorb that initial punch and respond with the poise and execution that defined their last performance. It will not be about playing hero ball. It will be about trust, ball movement, and making the smart play over and over again. One aspect that will be crucial is rebounding. Controlling the boards limits second chance opportunities and allows the Warriors to get out in transition, where they are at their most dangerous. If they can win the rebounding battle, especially against a physical Rockets team, it will tilt the odds heavily in their favor. It is not always the flashiest stat, but more often than not, the team that controls the glass controls the game. Another thing to watch is foul trouble. The Rockets are excellent at drawing fouls and getting to the line. Staying disciplined on defense, moving the feet, and contesting without reaching will be key. Giving away free points at the stripe would be a huge mistake, especially in a game that could come down to just a few possessions. The Warriors must stay aggressive but smart, balancing their physicality with awareness. The coaching staff deserves a lot of credit for the game plan adjustments. They identified where the pressure points were and exploited them perfectly. Switching up defensive assignments, tweaking the rotation, and trusting bench players in key moments all paid off. That kind of flexibility is essential in a playoff series, where every game is a new chess match. Rest assured, they will have another set of wrinkles prepared for the next battle, and it will be fascinating to see how the Rockets respond. There is also the intangible factor, momentum. Playoff series are long, grueling battles of both skill and will. Right now, the Warriors have seized a mental edge. They fought through adversity, executed under pressure, and walked off the court with a victory that could very well define the series. Keeping that momentum rolling is crucial. Confidence breeds confidence. And when the Warriors play with belief, they become an entirely different beast. As fans, all we can do is sit back and enjoy the ride. This team has given us so many unforgettable moments already, and there is every reason to believe more are on the way. Whether it is a step-back three to silence the crowd, a fast-break alley oop that brings the house down, or a perfectly executed defensive stand to seal the game, this is what playoff basketball is all about. So, get ready. The journey continues, and with each passing game, the stakes only get higher. The Warriors are chasing something special, and they're doing it with heart, grit, and a whole lot of skill. The road will not be easy, but if the last game taught us anything, it is that this team knows exactly what it takes to win when it matters most. Stay locked in. because the next chapter of this incredible story is just about to be written. Before we continue, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any exclusive Dubs updates. Let's keep going. In one of the most unexpected moves in NBA history, Kevin Durant has shocked the basketball world by returning to the Golden State Warriors on a massive 4-year contract. The announcement came as a surprise to fans and analysts alike, who had long speculated that Durant's next move would either involve continuing his journey with the Phoenix Suns or testing the waters with a new team. However, this deal marks the most dramatic plot twist in his storied career. Durant's decision to rejoin the Warriors represents more than just a player moving between franchises. It's a significant moment that could reshape the balance of power in the league. After spending 3 seasons with the Warriors from 2016 to 2019, where he won 2 NBA championships and earned 2 Finals MVP awards, Durant left for the Brooklyn Nets in 2019 in search of a new challenge. His time in Brooklyn, though highlighted by personal accolades and individual brilliance, never quite culminated in a championship, leading to questions about his legacy and his ability to lead a team to the ultimate prize. Now, Durant's return to the Warriors brings him back into the fold of a dynasty that has dominated the NBA for nearly a decade. The Warriors, under the leadership of head coach Steve Kerr, and with a core featuring Stephen Curry, Draymond Green, and Klay Thompson, have been one of the most successful teams in recent memory. Durant's rejoining the squad adds an entirely new dimension to an already potent lineup, with his scoring ability, defense, and basketball IQ elevating the Warriors' title aspirations once again. The financial terms of Durant's new contract are just as jaw-dropping as the decision itself. The 4-year deal, reportedly worth $190 million, makes him one of the highest-paid players in the league. The contract signals Golden State's commitment to remaining at the top of the NBA's food chain for years to come, with Durant's signing serving as a clear message to competitors that the Warriors are not backing down from their pursuit of another championship. While some have raised concerns about the fit between Durant and the existing Warriors core, given the years they've spent apart and the evolution of the league since his departure, the potential for success is immense. Durant's seamless ability to play off the ball, his sharpshooting, and his experience in high-pressure situations make him an ideal complement to the Warriors' offense. And with a revamped bench, Golden State has positioned itself as a formidable contender in the ever-competitive Western Conference. Durant's return to the Warriors also represents a pivotal moment in the ongoing narrative of his career. Having faced criticism during his time in Golden State, where some felt he joined a super team in pursuit of easier championships, Durant's decision to come back can be seen as a reflection of his desire to cement his legacy as one of the greatest players of all time. A championship with the Warriors could potentially add a 4th ring to his collection, further solidifying his place in NBA history. As the new season approaches, all eyes will be on Durant and the Warriors. The anticipation is already building, with fans eagerly awaiting how this revamped Golden State squad will perform. Will Durant's return propel them to yet another championship? Or will the challenge of reintegrating into an already established system prove too much? Only time will tell, but for now, the NBA landscape has been irrevocably changed. Stay updated exclusively with the latest Dub Nation news. Subscribe to our channel and hit the like button to keep getting daily updates on the Warriors, don't forget. To share your thoughts in the comments, your input is essential for the Dubs community. Stay tuned for the next video.